Hey everybody. Well, it is Thanksgiving here in the States. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Turkey Day. Happy Tofuki Day. Tofuki. Tofuki Day if you don't eat meat. And everywhere else, welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you're having a wonderful Thursday. And I want to jump on today and share a couple new decks that I just got a little while ago. A couple of days ago. I've been itching to use them, but I've been waiting till I had the right opportunity. And hello, Julie. Happy Thanksgiving to you too, my dear. And I also want to acknowledge that this is also Indigenous Peoples Month. So, as we know in history, it's a month where we need to remember too some of the historical context to our Thanksgiving. And I want to say that I'm very grateful to our Native American family that's here in the States, for they helped my ancestors, they helped our ancestors to be able to survive and thrive when first getting here. So without getting into, any sort of political statement, I just want to say thank you to them. I have many who are my friends. They are their family to me, and I celebrate you as well on this day for being thankful. And there's Tom, gobble gobble. Hello, Tom. Poor Tom's being bugged by me. I need to get a new laptop. Well, actually, I'm going to do a laptop now after throwing all these, Tom, what do you think about this desktop and this desktop? Today I was like, no, maybe it should be a laptop because I am working on projects and I know that I'm going to want to go and hang out at a coffee shop or something around here. And with our beautiful weather, we're close to about 60. We're going to have somewhere between 60 to 65 today. As you can see, can't quite see, but the sun is out. We do have some clouds. We have kids playing in the park. Shan said there's a nice breeze outside. So our winters are going to be a lot milder here because we're not that far from the California border. We're only about maybe half hour, if that. Um, and what's this? Tom says I need to get a new WhatsApp number. Well, since you put it like that, then I just won't bother you anymore. But I know you're kidding. And Jackie Jan is here. Hello, Jackie. And also happy Turkey Day. Shannon, I like saying Turkey Day. It's a lot of fun. And for those, again, who don't eat meat, happy Tofuki Day. And Roman is here. Hello, Roman. Are you supposed to be in the kitchen cooking the divine turkey? Well, we didn't. I mean, it's just Shannon and I. We don't have any family here, so we weren't going to go buy a turkey. But what we did find was a nice butterball turkey loin, and you don't have to de-thaw it. So we had a little bit of a later breakfast this morning. So I'll probably put that in around 3 or 4, and or maybe even a little later. And we bought stuff that we can just throw in the microwave and nuke. I've got some garlic bread, 4 cheese garlic bread to go along. So we're going to have a lot of yummy. I know you're kidding, Tom. And people, this is how Tom and I are. Let's see, who else do we have popping in to say hello? Divine Timing is here. Hello, Divine Timing. Happy Thanksgiving to you too. So because my car is going to be officially mine December 1st, I have only like 100 some bucks, I think 172 left on her. I decided to go ahead and start kind of picking out some decks that I've been wanting to add to my collection. I have some that I have one coming, and I'm just keeping my fingers crossed that I don't get hit with any more with a high tariff on it, because Heather did, invest in herself with a couple decks. One of them being, of course, my beautiful Baroque tarot that I saw the flip through on Modern Metaphysique, Dustin's channel, buddy of Tom's. And there was also one, I tried to avoid Etsy because it's just astronomical what they ask for, a lot of these decks that, they're beautiful. And I don't mind that they're AI, but just because you're not mass market and they start putting $65, $80, $100 on these decks, I'm just like, whoa. But I did find one that was beautiful. It's on its way. Hopefully, without any trouble, it should be here the first week of December. Um, and it's an Egyptian based one. That's what I will say. And even when Shan saw a few of the cards, I was like, okay, I'm going to get. He's like, no, 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 I want to see the rest of them. So this is even a Shan approved, and he doesn't do tarot. But yeah, so more people are popping in saying hello to each other. Family calling. Well, Jackie, you have a wonderful time with your family. Let's see. Wait. It's Thanksgiving, not Christmas. New decks. It's not even Black Friday. Well, sometimes you gotta take advantage of the deals. The Black Friday deals start, but next month there's a couple decks coming out. The Folia doesn't get released until December 15th. I'm gonna get my hands on that one, and I think there might have been another one, but I have a couple coming in. A very cool Lenormand. So I just want something to be unique. I appreciate mass market. I've had decks. I still have decks or some I had giveaway. And I know that they run a lot cheaper, a lot less. But for me, I like ones that kind of, not separate to be like ego. Everybody knows how there's not egotistical. But for me, I like things that are different. Something that kind of makes some of my reads maybe a little bit more unique. I haven't touched tarot all month. Well, someone needs to go into the naughty corner. But come on, Tom. If Selena can do 16 hours on her computer, still film all of her amazing tarot deck reviews and books, be mama to Darla, be wifey to the amazing husband, and still do her homework. I don't know what your excuse is. Just saying. Just saying. But everybody, y'all know Tom and I play with each other. So, but yeah, working is very, very busy. I know you've been extremely busy. But yeah, this has been an off year. But I am lazy. That is my excuse. Well, I just finished a painting it took me a week to pick up a paintbrush recently. So I just finally finished another one, and I still got another one on the back burner. So sometimes one needs to take a leap of faith. You said it. You said it, Robin. Alrighty. So yes, an amazing Thanksgiving, Turkey Day, Tofuki Day, and celebrating our Indigenous, peoples. They're our family too. So celebrating with them as well. So let's get started. I have another tarot deck coming in on Saturday, and that is the Seasons of the Witch tarot for the seasons between now and Imbolc into Ostara. I just love the vibes, the artwork, the presentation. So I will probably be doing I can't do really a pop-up on Saturday for that because Saturday, Ben and I are coming back for what I'm hoping to call musical mayhem and musings, where we talk about music. And if everybody saw last Saturday, oh my God, I don't think there was a dry seat in the house. We were just all laughing so much. But we're going to focus on, and I think I can announce it, we're going to be pulling cards on and maybe gain some messages and sharing, his legacy and his life. The purple one himself, Prince. So stay tuned for that. And tomorrow, Friday, at a special time, instead of 8 p.m. Eastern, which is 5 here, we're going to be starting an hour early, 7 p.m. Eastern, and that's going to be 4 o'clock here, Pacific Northwest. Val from Dragonfly Crystals and Next Level Channeling. someone I have known for the, since I've been on YouTube, even on the other channel. She is going to be joining me for a catch up. We haven't gotten together in a year or so, and she's agreed to come on and hang out with me, chit chat, do a few readings. So very excited to see Val, and she also owns a couple of my pieces, a couple of my paintings. So very excited about that. And if you hear a noise, that's just getting ready in the kitchen. Shan's making a fresh pot of coffee. Got my water. So let's get this party started, like Pink would say. So we're going to start with the Baroque Tarot, and absolutely beautiful deck. Let me take the cards out here. Wait till you see the backs. These are beautiful. So it's a magnetic box, and this is the back. So we start with the front. It's by Muci, and he has his own website, and there are a bunch of other decks. I didn't quite see anything right away else that I like, but I hope he does one for Renaissance. That would be nice too. There's one for mannerism, there's one for the mannerism period, but the reviews are half and half. People are saying that, there's misprints, the cardstock's not quite, but then others are saying the pictures are gorgeous, they're amazing, we love this deck. So I'm not quite sure yet, but so look at this beautiful, just beautiful box. And when you open it on the inside, I'm telling you that magnet, there we go. And it's still a little tight. So we have in here a little saying, and it's, this deck calls the user to care for their soul with much love, to open their heart and mind to learn their lessons and better themselves, and to have faith that all will unravel as it should. And for those who may not be familiar with the Baroque period, that was a time when very deep shadows, very think Caravaggio, think what's the word that I'm looking for? The sfumato, the chiaroscuro. This is a time when, like Rembrandt was popular, and a lot of it was deep, moody, shadowy colors with the images coming out of them. So beautiful time period for the arts. And these are the backs. Here, there is gilding as well, beautiful gilding. And these are the backs. I tell you what, Nancy was here, she'd be saying that too. Look at the beautiful, just absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. And they are dark, and from what I understand, there is some AI used in with this deck, but for me, that's not a deal breaker. There's room for me, I believe, for both, because there are some people who want to be inspired to create something that's mystical and magical and beautiful to read with, but they may not have the skills for it. So this gives them an opportunity to be able to create something with AI. And as always, everything has a balance, right? There's a good aspect and a not so good aspect. But let's get into the cards. So coming up, and the name of the card is embossed in gold on here, along with the number. So we have the Fool. Again, people say, "Oh my God, that's dark." It's because it's Baroque, so it is going to be very shadowy. It's going to be dark, just very moody. I love that. The Magician. And Tom, I know you've seen this deck because you're buddies with Dustin, so I'm sure you've seen his flip through on this. There's the Magician. Oh, and hark, I hear my coffee coming. So, thank you, my dear. The High Priestess was the one that I was a little disappointed with, because High Priestess is my card. But she'll grow on me. She's not ugly, but some of the other ones, like the Empress, had a little bit more of a light to their faces. Mine didn't quite, but she's still very cool. So there's the High Priestess, and as you can see, the beautiful gold gilding on that. We have the Empress. See how you can see her face? Very beautiful. The Emperor. the Hierophant. And if you have a favorite card in the deck, it's a, this is a game, whether I'm going to get the deck or not, this is what, let me know. Let me know what cards those are. We have the Lovers. Shan goes, they look like mannequin dummies. I'm like, yeah, they kind of do. We have the Chariot. And if you had this deck, what type of readings would you do with this deck? I'm curious. I know for me, one of them is I want to start doing something called, or around like master class, where we try to connect with masters on the other side through the arts, through science. And for me, reaching out to artists at this time period using this deck is something that I plan on doing. And there's the Hermit. Kind of looks like our Tom. Being a little bit long there, Tom, me. But it just doesn't have that little scribe hat that I saw you wearing in that past life vision I had of you. Here we got the Wheel of Fortune. I really like this Wheel of Fortune. This is very, very cool. And again, I apologize. My iPad is very old. The camera's not as crisp and clear as it used to be. But I'm hoping to get something new soon. I'm glad this is the Baroque Tarot you got. I don't buy the other guys' decks anymore. That other guy's decks. Who is that other guy? Because I know that when I was researching, I was seeing a couple of other people with, and when I clicked on one of the links, it said they couldn't take me to the page, Tom. So I'm not sure if that's the same one or not. Let me do a quick sip. Oh, that first sip of nice that first nice sip of hot coffee. And so here we have Justice. I really hope they do like Renaissance. There's a cool Renaissance one, but it's mostly just all people's faces. There's really nothing to do with any of the suits or pips. And you can tell it's a beautiful AI deck, but the fingers are all gnarled. This was created with one of those original AI machines where everything, your fingers look like they're worms. They're like broken, crooked little worms and stuff. There's another Baroque tarot. He is constantly releasing decks on Kickstarter. Ah, okay. So are they just not good quality, Tom, or is that just something you might want to share backstage one day? So we got the Death card. The Temperance is very lovely. Very, very lovely. There's Temperance. The Devil. The Tower I really like in this deck. Look at that tower. Look at the colors. How beautiful. The Star is lovely as well. The Moon. And yes, I will be doing readings with these decks when I'm done. The Sun. Judgment. I'm not a fan of the Judgment with people coming out naked out of their coffins. That whole, I don't know, it's just too much Christian-based rapture kind of like stuff for me. There's some that a little more creative with their Judgment, but still, no, it's a beautiful. They are fine quality. It's more a thing with his marketing techniques that bothers you. Oh, okay. The World card. To me, it's very Christmassy. The greens and the reds. And we have we move into the Pentacles. We got the Ace. We have the 2. I don't know, that hat's a little funny. There's something also later on. Now that's kind of like a Miss Tarot D hat. Watch, because I mentioned her name, maybe she'll magically appear in chat. But there were a couple where I'm looking at going, I don't know if I think I might would have adjusted, the shape of the art. But anyway, there is the 3 of Pentacles. 5. I really like that one. They capture that feeling beautifully. We have the 6. We have 7. We have 8. So, Tom, what type of readings would you do with these? 9 of Pentacles. Is there a certain type? Shadow work, spiritual messages, personal messages, family reads. Inquiring minds want to know. And here's the other one that I think could have been adjusted a little bit. That just looks a little like someone's hanging a little far left to me. So when I look at this, it's just like I can't help but. So, yeah, that could have, it's the Page of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles. And I love the feel like brush strokes on this too. It's just so really beautifully done. The Queen of Pentacles, she's lovely too. They did a nice job on the queens as well. The King of Pentacles. Let's see, I don't break down my readings by type. Gotcha. Ace of Cups, we're moving on to the Cups. The 2. And for those who joined me also with Brenda Tarot yesterday, thank you. I am not used to having that many people popping in and asking for readings. We couldn't get to everybody, but the readings that we did have were wonderful. It was nice to read with Brenda again. 4 Cups, like that one. Just that you really capture that beautiful, moody, dusky, shadowy aspect to the Baroque. 5 of Cups. Correggio, 6 of Cups. Caravaggio, Rembrandt, a couple of others that are leaving me, but really just beautiful. 7 of Cups. Look at that. And I'm not usually a big fan of how the 7 of Cups is presented, but I just love that. Well done. 8 of Cups. 9 of Cups. Now I can tell the difference too in quality, because that other deck I shared the other day, the Lost Souls Tarot, after a couple shuffles, it's already, the cards are, stock is already peeling. And there's white paper showing up from the black. So I'm not too happy with it because I love the artwork. So I'm going to have to keep taking like a black magic marker and hiding the white. Thank goodness that deck was only like $12, maybe 15 if that. Page of Cups. Now the links to purchase these are in the description below. I didn't get Muci's website in there, but the Amazon listing for this deck, along with the Golden Art Nouveau, is listed. Knight of Cups. Oh, I've lost people. Am I going too slow, Tom? Queen of Cups. She's pretty. King of Cups. Ace of Wands. Now the wands are really beautifully done. They're not the same wand repeated. There's variations, which I like. 2 of Wands. 3 of Wands. 4 of Wands. Now this is interesting. Usually with the 5 of Wands, you're having a conflict, but they don't physically show that in this deck, but they could be having a heated debate. This could also be considered a debate as well. 6 of Wands. 7 of Wands. 8 of Wands, 9 of Wands. That 5 is either right after or right before the fight. Very interesting. I like that, Tom. I like that perspective. 9 of Wands. He doesn't look as beaten up and tired, but, you know, standing up for that lawn does take its toll. Can take its toll. I love how that beautiful light is coming through behind him. Now this 10 of Wands, really well done. You can see the weight, in his face, his muscles. You can tell he's carrying a lot, that he's really burdened by the weight of those wands. So that one was well done. Page of Wands, Knight of Wands, Queen of Wands. And the kitty is in there. It's just kind of hard to see, but you can see his little glowing eyes. So my Mozzie made the card. And if anybody who, is watching, if there's, certain cards that you like out of this, let me know. And the ones that you don't. King of Wands. I'm up to, that's why I like doing flip throughs in person during a live show, instead of recorded, because then I can, interact with everybody and find out what it is that they like about the deck. And if they have any questions, I can always answer them, firsthand. Two of Swords. And these are traditional tarot size cards. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Well, they're just slightly bigger. It's just this little bit down there. But they do shuffle beautifully. There is a gloss to them, yes, but they do shuffle very nicely. It's not matte, but it doesn't stick. The cardstock is really nice. Even if I could riffle shuffle, I probably wouldn't with these cards, because of the embossing and all the work that went into them. 5 of Swords. Let's see. Oh, just admit you are lazy and don't want to edit. I would edit, but I don't have an editing program on this. And when I tried using the one that did come with the iPad a while back, Tom, I couldn't figure that damn thing out. 6 of Swords. Besides, I like talking to people too in chat. When I do, if you see some of my other videos where, I'm talking to myself, at the screen, I'm like, I do that now. It's during lives, but it feels awkward. It doesn't feel natural for me, but I know I gotta get used to it at some point. So there is the 7 of Swords, the 8 of Swords, the 9, and I really do like the 10 of Swords on this one. Instead of being on his stomach and in the back, they're all going into the front. So they're basically impaling him into the ground. So talk about ow, ow. I know the other ones probably are too, but just the visual for me on this is just ouch. Page of Swords. It seems with the pages, they all get this type of face on the pages, which I find interesting. Not sure why. King of Swords. I don't know what it's like to work with an AI program and what kind of details or instructions that you need to give it. There's the Queen. Off with her head. See, she's pointing that finger. And last, the King of Swords. And that is the Baroque Tarot by Muci. The book is absolutely beautiful. It's a little tight. The spine's a little tight, but it gives you color pictures, and it gives you, again, the basic upright reverse, and gives you the insight of the writer, of himself, looking at the cards, which I think is important. I know some people don't like to bother with the books, but if someone's going to create a deck and their images are going to be done in a certain way, I want to know what their perspective is as well. And he also includes astrological, like with the Ace of Pentacles. We have the Taurus, And I'm still learning my signs, all the earth. So we got Capricorn, and I can't remember what this other one is, but that's also included along with the element. So it's beautiful. It's well done. They have 3 card spread in here, and they also have a nice traditional um, Celtic cross. Excuse me. Just really well done. The paper, the card, everything is well done. And this came out in 2023. So that is the Baroque Tarot. I'm going to take a sip of my, oh my God, it says I have nobody left in the live. Tom, are you still there? So I'll go, you are, thank you, because it's showing 0 right now. Thank you, Tom. So going on to the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot. Just beautiful. There were several different decks that had the gold in them, the gold foil, the PVC coating. Holidays are rough for audiences, yeah, but I must have really lost people. But I will get to reading, so who knows? Maybe, start reading it, build it, and they will come. Maybe read it. But anyway, this is also for playback for anybody who wants to watch. So this is the Fool. This is the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot, and this one is put out by Los Scarabeo, and the artist is Julia F. Masaglia, and the instruction booklet is actually written by Linnea Weatherstone. And I first learned of Linnea in Sage Woman. So she has a couple decks, I believe, also that she's created or written with another fellow artist. So we have the Magician. And what's kind of weird is instead of writing the name down there, which they didn't need to, but they repeated the number. I'm just like, well, you could just put in a picture there because we really did need the number twice on there. Just saying from Heather's perspective. And these here are much thinner. So these would riffle shuffle very nicely. The goldings, I would still, because you can feel the gold foil on there. But they're not flimsy, but they're not super thick either. They have a nice little bend to them. This I would not do with the Baroque. They could probably do that with the Baroque, but you see, not as much. It's a little bit of a thicker cardstock, but they still shuffle beautifully. So that is the High Priestess. We have the Empress. We have the Emperor. We have the Hierophant. Still don't like the Hierophant's my least favorite. I hate when groveling in front of a pope, but and I've been told to be careful with nudity on my channel. I, not trying to say knock on wood, push my luck, but it's very little of it, and I'm not going to really cover anything up. We have the Lovers. We have the Chariot. I mean, I've been doing shows since what? 4 years now. The Strength card. So yeah, I don't understand the repetition. That's the only thing that I find a little annoying. Now that I'm really. And then we got the Hermit. I like the other Hermit better for you, Tom. Dark, moody, mysterious, mystic. Wheel of Fortune. The Justice. The Hanged Man. The Death card. Oh yeah. That Death card ain't waiting for nobody. And I think my favorite card out of the deck is the Temperance card. I just love the multiple colors, the kaleidoscopic colors in there, the variegated. It's just beautiful. She is lovely. I love that one. The Devil. Devil with his hairy pants. The Tower, another good Tower card. The Star. The Moon. I love the Moon with the wolves. Just beautiful. Howling at the moon. Well, the dog and the wolf, but. And the Sun card. Still got a creepy baby on it, but, you know, it's a little bit more bearable. It's still beautiful. Well done. And of course, another Judgment coming out of the coffins. I could make a comment about the physicality of some of these bodies, but I won't. After being in a tomb or a casket for that long, we have the beautiful World card. No, I'm not going to cover her up. The Ace of Cups. I just love, I mean, again, you have to see these cards in person. They are very lovely. There is one that's a gold foil that's on, I think on Amazon. I'll probably get for February because it's a pink and gold. It's just really beautiful. It'd be perfect for Valentine's Day. Three of Cups. Four of Cups. Every time I see that with some of the face, I just want to slap them and say, you know, get over yourself, dude. Five of Cups. The Six. I also have my eye on the Darkwood Tarot and the Muca. I would like to get the Muca too at some point. Seven of Cups. The Eight. So there are traditional imagery that's included from Pixie's cards, such as the moon. So there are elements from her original artwork that make it into the cards here and there. And then just redrawn into the artist's style. Ten of Cups. Page. The Knight of Cups. The Queen of Cups. And I like how I just love how she looks at you. She's got her hand protecting on her cup and saying only those worthy are allowed, you know, within my, you know, my true emotions, you know. I love that. King of Cups. It's like she protects, her emotions are there. She loves to share them. She loves to be compassionate, but at the same time, she keeps them protected too. She knows her emotional boundaries, and she's there to protect them and keep and guard them. And we got to the Pentacles. We got the Aces, the Two, the Three, the Four. I still think my favorite Three of Pentacles, and I don't know if you have them, Tom, if you're still here, the Thelema and the Arcana from Lost Scarabeo. I have both of those, and I like how they project, you know, project the Three of Pentacles as, you know, being artists, as being painters. And there's the Five of Pentacles, the Six. Oh, so really something with a telema or a thelema on it, and you don't own it? Ooh. Seven of Pentacles. Eight. Nine. Take a sip, sip. You know what I did with those, Tom, is I went out and the cards that I didn't like, I took them out and I combined them together. I separated all the court cards, put them all into one pile for pulling separately for certain people, and then the others I just combined into one deck. And we have the Ten of Pentacles. We have the Page of Pentacles, and this one here, he's kind of protective of that too. I really like this Page of Pentacles. It's cool. the Knight. Love this Queen of Pentacles. I never liked the Thelema deck, okay? But if I remember correctly, the Thelema is a part of the Golden Dawn and Crowley and like the Thoth. If I remember, if I understand correctly. And we got the King of Pentacles. Very, very cool. The Pentacles are, I think, my favorite suit next to the Cups. So we have the Wands. We have the 2. We have the 3. So, Tom, do you like foil or not with the gold, the foiling? Is that irritant to you? Because I know you don't like cards that are garish. I was just wondering if you consider this garish. We've got the 4 of Wands. That one's beautiful. And now here, the 5 of Wands. That definitely expresses whether it's, you know, just a fun sporting or they're really in the fight mode. I don't know, a couple of them don't look like they're sporting. Thelema is the belief system religion that Crowley started after leaving Golden Dawn. Gotcha. Looking at the decks, I couldn't figure out what was making that deck of Thelema not compared to an RWS, you know, image-wise. I couldn't tell what was in there that was different, but that's just because I'm not knowledgeable enough to know, you know, the difference in the symbolism. 7 of Wands. The 8 of Wands. That's why in the Baroque, I like how each of the wands was different. I mean, these are still nice. They're the same. Now here, the shows the 9 of Wands really kind of beaten up and put through the ringer a few times, but still standing. 10 of Wands. The word Thelema just basically means will in classical Greek. I learned something today. We have the Page of Wands. Knight. I was going to get a Thoth deck last week, but I couldn't believe it was like $36, $38 compared to a regular price deck. And it wasn't any bigger. One was even smaller, and I just could not wrap my head around at that time. And I love, of course, my Queen of Wands, the little black kitty, Milomazi in there. King of Wands. His face actually reminds me, now if you make his head dark, his hair dark, and you put like a top hat on him, makes me think of the Johnny Depp version of Willy Wonka with the face. Okay, so we got the swords, the 2, the 3, the 4. I like this 4 of Wands. I like that one a lot. The 5 just tends to put a little bit more meat and definition and, I don't know, more solidity than the traditional pixie. I'm not knocking Pixie. She was ahead of her time, but I like how today's artists can take her vision and develop it more. Got the 7, the 8, the 9, the 10. I keep fluctuating between 2, 3 people. Oh, the Page of Swords, the Knight, oh, the Queen, and the King. And that is my flip throughs for my 2 new decks, and I have 2 now in chat. So Tom, would you like, you know, a reading with one of my new decks? And anybody who's coming back and forth, let me know if you would like one. I can do a 3 card. Well, sometimes I'll throw in a fourth, but let me know if anybody who is lurking or watching would like to. Lurking would be watching too now, wouldn't it? Would like a read. Just chilling out today, but now I can. Now I can start shuffling these and start using them. So I didn't want to shuffle them, use them, and then have to put them all back into order again. Sure, a general with dealer's choice. Well, Tom, I'm going to have to go with the Baroque. I mean, this deck screams. Hear that? How beautiful that is. It's soft, paperly, just. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Just if now he would make a deck for Renaissance like this. Pre-Raphaelite too. So Tom, what was your favorite? I may have already asked you this, but say that I'm using like an art history based deck. What was your favorite time period in art? I'm curious. It's gonna take me a little bit to shuffle. Okay, that's. Oh, that's tough. I mean, it has to just be one, but like if you had like one or two that you were really. Okay, anyone for present? And let's see. Energy. Okay. So we have 5 cards that came out. It kind of depends on my mood. I will always have a love for Dada, really. Okay, like no, Dada wasn't Dolly. Dolly was surrealism, unless that overlapped. It's been a while since I've been in art history, and I usually don't go just by certain. For me, of course, I love the Impressionist, Post Impressionist, but I do like a lot of the Renaissance. Again, I guess just certain artists from different time periods that are my favorite. So recent past. 6 of Pentacles. So for me, what jumped in my head was robbing Peter to pay Paul. Duchamp. Okay. So we're going into the see, my brain doesn't want to think. The one with Picasso. Cubism. Thank you. So I know Duchamp started, kind of worked it and started in there, but gotcha. So 6 of Pentacles, trying to pay Peter, robbing Paul, that kind of thing. Still trying to be charitable. And, this card is about also accepting charity. And so it's a card for recent times having to, being as a reminder of being able to give when others have given to you, and then being able to ask for help. And I can kind of see where some of this might be going with the recent couple weeks. Just really going back and forth, trying to remain balanced financially, still being able to give while being able to take care of house and home. Right now, the Fool came up for you. So there is something that maybe you want to take a risk on, something that there's something you have this idea, there's this potential there, and you want to have take that leap of faith and risk something to move forward. Um, so you're in that mood of what if, you know, can I do this? Would this work? And that maybe could be from the Six of Pentacles, maybe asking for loans or asking for assistance monetary to maybe step forward, step over that cliff and start something new. Um, the upcoming past, though, there I feel like there's a sense of worry that there is something is going to get stolen. Like, I don't know if you're concerned about someone stealing an idea or someone just not being trustworthy. So I don't know if there is a venture, a new job, or something that you want to do that, take that risk for, but you're not sure if um, this is an individual idea, project, job, whatever it may be, that's reliable, that is trustworthy, because you don't want that stab in the back. You know, you don't want that betrayal. Your other two cards that came out, the top being the Seven of Cups. So there's a lot of things that you've been choosing to do. You have a lot of things on your plate, a lot of ideas, not just ideas, things that you want to do, but at the same time, you know, responsibilities at home, artistic projects. I love how his arms are all wide open, saying, I want to do all of these, but really having to focus on, you know, kind of like that overwhelming, a decision has to be made, but also the underlying energy. And I think this goes with, along with the Seven of Swords, Tom, is the Five of Pentacles, that you fear that there's going to be a lack of enough finances or financial backing to be able to move forward. Um, you know, again, I don't know what Sam does, but I know that I think you may be the main provider. But whatever it is, that fear of, well, if I take that leap, you know, is this going to be something I can trust? Is there going to be enough money financially backing me? You know, if, when I go to do this, I don't want to be left out in the cold. I don't want to have, you know, problems with, you know, being able to pay bills, you know, selling with house and everything. Um, so yeah, I don't know if this is the cups are the considering of the relocating, or maybe a different job, or a little bit of both. Just kind of like at this point in your life where you just want to take that leap of faith, you want to feel that sense of security and stability to start following some of these dreams and making these decisions, but there's that fear of, of, stolen, um, not stolen ideas, but um, are you trustworthy? To me, with this here in this reading, that Seven of Swords is mental as well. This could be us thinking to ourselves, self-sabotaging ourselves into thinking that we don't have enough. We just got to take what we can and run. There won't be enough, there to be able to provide. But it looks like that your arms are open. There's still a possibility, but I think too maybe there may be some time that's still to be needed. But whatever that idea that you want to take that leap of faith of, Tom, keep working towards that. I hope that resonated with you. I love these cards. I really, really do. I love these cards. And I can shuffle that one. So, whoop! It says I got 0 in chat now. But hey, Tom, you were my first read with my brand new Baroque deck, and that's quite all right with me. Ooh, this just flipped out. The Three of Pentacles just flipped out, Tom, as I started shuffling. So there again, there's that patronage. I have these things I want to create. Am I going to have the backing? Working towards maybe finding the backing, finding the support. To me, this goes along with like the Six of Pentacles, not being afraid to ask for help or assistance or patronage. So it fits for a few things. I need to ruminate. To ruminate. Okay. Are you saying I helped you Baroque it in? Oh, Baroque it in. Bum, bum, bum. Yes, you did. It's funny. It's saying I have absolutely nobody in chat, but you're talking to me. StreamYard's weird. So I'll have to ruminate. I know the only thing that made Page of Swords. I can see that being you right now. You've got ideas, but you need more clarity. You feel like, you may need a little more direction. But that Page of Swords is, that communication to your higher self with others. Those pages, they want to prove themselves, They're really biting they're chomping at the bit. I am a figment of your imagination. Yeah. But yeah, I really do need to get laptop, desktop. I'm going to focus on the laptop because just trying to make a Canva thumbnail today, it just kept freezing on me. And that sucks. So, 4 cups. See, I still love to shuffle. Just be aware there might be something coming through. There's, listen to your intuition. Because you're kind of focusing on those things that really didn't bring you emotional happiness or balance or paid out intuitively. Because I know the cups, are associated with the arts and stuff as well. So maybe these could represent those statues, not statues, those sculptures. Maybe something new is coming in, some new inspiration. Don't be afraid to look at that. And the 5 of Swords, kind of walking away. Don't betray yourself. Don't betray. I don't know. Kind of walking away, avoiding. Yeah, both of those are kind of like there's that sensation of, well, that card of bullying though. To me, that also kind of feels like our thoughts, because and I know I've been talking to Selena and a few other people, work is just killing them these days. They're being dragged, but it's like either you keep doing the demanding, strenuous, just ridiculous amount of work that's being demanded, but then if you say this is it, I walk away, then where does the money come in for the bills? How am I going to take care of this? How am I going to take care of them? How am I going to be able to sustain my needs? And so that 5 of Swords also kind of feels like that bully where I want to walk away, I want to start something new, I'm interested in that, wanting to pay attention to that other cup coming in, that inspiration, new potential, that leap of faith. But then it's almost kind of like this could be like the boss, or the company, kind of that smug grin on their face saying, yeah, you can't walk away, because if you do, where are you going to go? What are you going to? So I love what these cards are bringing out of me, Tom. I love this. I think this might become my main deck. People talk about having a soul deck. I don't know if this necessarily will be my soul deck, but I'm really I like this deck. I love that mermaids. I don't have the mermaid's purse, excuse me, the Mind's Eye Tarot. Some really new decks, and a lot of those old ones just don't resonate with me anymore. But don't worry, Tom. You'll have an awakening. You'll have a spiritual awakening. Something will come through, and you'll be able to make that judgment of what to do. You just gotta. And I know that you don't necessarily believe or disbelieve, however you want to see it, about that higher source power coming in, but just know that I think that was that last card for you. The judgment card. There's going to be an epiphany. There's going to be awakening where something's going to open up, and you're going to be like, oh, yeah, I can do it this way. If I do this and I do that, then we can, again, that little bit of, like my mom used to always say, paying robbing Peter to pay Paul, kind of back and forth between. That's what I'm doing right now. So, um, but we'll get there. Alrighty, well, Tom, thanks for hanging out with me, letting me share my new deck. um, I'll be back tomorrow with Val, or I may jump on again a little bit later tonight. Who knows, to see if people want a reading. I know that Diane G and Linda De Gazelles is going on at 2:00. That's why I kind of wanted to pop in and see if I can get some peeps before they run over there. So, but I think I'm going to go outside and enjoy this beautiful weather that we're having here. I know home is getting hit with a windstorm. I don't know how it is with you guys in Jersey, but yeah, hang in there and enjoy your Thanksgiving. Give Sam my best, and the fur babies, and I'll be sending you, or if you see anything too today, or yeah, flipping through ads or whatever. If you see anything for laptops that you think would work for me and with what I want to do, let me know too. But I'll definitely be, perusing the Amazon, and I don't want to go to Best Buy though, because I feel like they're going to charge double. I don't know really what kind of because how the companies, they like to kind of mark up and then they give you a sale, and it's like, oh, but alrighty. Thanks, bro. Thanks for hanging out. We'll be in touch. And everybody who watches on playback, I hope you enjoyed the flip through. Hopefully, I will see a lot more people tomorrow with Val at 4:00, which will be 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And everyone have a great rest of your Thanksgiving day. And we will talk to y'all later. Bye.